Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to today's video. Although technically when you're watching this it might not be morning for you, but it's morning for me. Anyway, so today we are going to my friend's kid's birthday party and I figured I would do a get ready with me featuring all of my holy grails. So these are products that I have probably mentioned over and over on my channel before, but I realized that I didn't have like a consolidated video of just talking about all of them and why these products are so amazing and how I'm going to be purchasing them over and over again. So I thought that is what we will do today so that you can see how I go from looking, you know, destroyed from the work week to less destroyed and ready to party. All right, the first thing that we are putting on right now is my moisturizer. This is from Clinique. This is their dramatically different, let me see. Yes, they're a dramatically different moisturizing gel. I have been using this moisturizer probably since I started moisturizing my face. Like I can't even give you a specific year or a specific length of time that I've been using this. It literally hydrates your skin so well, makes everything super smooth. It doesn't affect your makeup or change the way that your makeup looks on your face, and it's definitely one of my faves. I also wanted to mention it because during the Nordstrom anniversary sale, generally speaking, they'll always have some sort of an offering from the dramatically different line, and that's usually when I stock up pretty much for the entire year. So for eye cream, I'm using Origin's Ginzing Refreshing Eye Cream to brighten and depuff. I actually really like some of the other eye creams that I have been trying, but in general, on the days when I need my eye cream to just give me an extra boost of radiance and youth underneath my eyes, this is still what I reach for because it just has that brightening effect, which hopefully you can kind of see as I smooth this into my under eyes, kind of how that takes place. And I just think it looks really great under concealer too. And then for lips, while I am just putting on my face and stuff before I even get to my lipstick, I always like to add a little bit of lip balm on. This is Glossier's MangoBalm.com, their Universal Skin Salve. I actually really like the coconut one as well, but just for today's purposes, I was like, I'll use mango. I'm feeling fruity. So go ahead and let that sink in while I put on the rest of my face. So here we go. First item I'm going to use for primer is probably something that you've heard about multiple times on my channel. This is the Yensa Tone Up Primer Essential Glow. For those of you that are interested in trying Yensa, it is available to be purchased at Nordstrom. I actually tried one of their newer foundations about 2 months ago. I actually put it in one of my speed review videos and it's such a good foundation. It's not the one that I'm going to be talking about today because the shade is a little bit lighter than what I am right now, so I kind of had to use something that was like more summer skin tone for me, but I would definitely recommend checking out Yensa Beauty. I just think they've done a really good job with all of their base products, so primers, foundations. I've heard really good things about their concealer. I haven't tried it out personally, but that's another thing to check out. For foundation, we are using Shiseido's Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. This is oil-free. It has SPF 30, which I think we are going to be outside in the sun a little bit today, so I wanted to make sure that I use a decent amount of SPF. And this is in the shade 350 Maple. One of the things I wanted to talk about is this sponge. So this sponge is from Shop Miss A. My sister actually gave it to me when I was visiting her a couple months ago, and she was like, dude, this is a dupe for the Beauty Blender sponge. And I'll be totally honest with you guys, like sponges are not made equal. Like there are some sponges out there where they're like, this is just as good as the Beauty Blender, and I'm like, bruh, you lying. You're lying, because it's not. It just isn't as good. And this one is just as good. I'm honestly super impressed with this sponge, and I have to look up the price because I don't remember how much it is off the top of my head, but it's like pennies compared to like one Beauty Blender. So just wanted to do a quick shout out for this tool, or as Pat McAfee would say, shout at. I don't know if you guys actually watched that show, but my husband and one of my best friends is obsessed with him, so shout at, I guess. I'm gonna let the foundation go ahead and sink into my face a little bit before I start piling like concealer and bronzer on top of it. So we'll go and do eyes first. So first thing I'm gonna start off with, okay, I know If you've watched my videos before, you've heard me talk about this all the time. This is the Tom Ford Brow Sculptor pencil in the color Taupe. Obsessed. I love this eyebrow pencil. I will never, ever not use this eyebrow pencil. I always have it on hand. It's what I bring with me when I'm traveling because it is so, so trustworthy. And it's just, it makes it so easy to fill in your brows. I am gonna use a brow gel to hold my brows in place, but I like to do that process after I powder my face, just because when you're powdering, like, you inevitably like will touch your brows. So just letting you guys know about that. All right, to set down my eyes and to just kind of get rid of some of the discoloration that is happening right now, I'm gonna use my Vive eye wand in the color Sand. And I'm gonna kind of just fill in my eyelid here. We are going to be doing a super simple eye look today. For today's purposes, I was like, yeah, let's just kind of keep it focused on the base and we'll do my favorite eye look these days. Kind of like a daily eye look, if you will. So I'm just using a fluffy crease brush to go ahead and blend that all in. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my bronzer and we're gonna put that into my creases, just a little bit of a shadow so that it kind of gives it some definition, but not too much. So for that, we are using the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula in specifically the shade Sunkissed bronzer. I like this so much that I've accidentally broken it. I don't know what happened, but it no longer locks, and so, oh well. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take this on my crease brush and just do a light dusting of this over my lid. The reason why I really like the eye wand is because it does give you the opportunity to really cancel out any redness on your lid, any discoloration, and it just gives you a blank canvas to work with. To do my wing liner today, we're going to be using the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen in the shade Deeper. I don't know why he chooses those names, whatever. Tom Ford gets to do whatever he wants to do. So this is actually a dual-ended eyeliner, which is really nice because it has this tip where you can do, just like your basic outline. And then if you need to do really, really precision work, you can flip it over. It gives you quite a bit of control over where you place your line. I typically just use the thicker, longer side, I guess you could say, to do my wing liner. But just in case you want to do like that very popular inner corner, like defining work, then this would be a really great pen to be able to do that with. I went with a little bit of a thicker eyeliner today. I didn't really intend to go for a thicker eyeliner, but I actually kind of like how it looks. So we are just going to go with it. And then I am going to do my waterline as well. This is the Almay All Day Intense Gel Eyeliner in the color 110 Rich Black. I need to actually sharpen it. If you have not checked out, Almay is like one of those weird brands where I feel like people just don't really talk about them. But if you are looking for a really good drugstore eyeliner that is going to easy to apply, lasts all day, doesn't smudge, like waterline usage, you absolutely have to check out this eyeliner. It is one of my favorites. I cannot get enough of it. This is actually what I wore in Switzerland. And when I tell you that this thing does not budge, let me twist so you can see what I'm doing. I mean, it made it through hiking, what I like to call like death marches up a mountain. And it made it through even when we got rained on. So if you can imagine like how good of an eyeliner this is just, it's incredible. I even looked at some of my photos and I was like, there's no way that my eyeliner stayed on. It did. It absolutely did. So huge shout out to Almay for this product because it is honestly one of the best products out there. So for concealer today, we are actually going to be mixing two of them, which has been my new favorite. So this is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the shade 25 Neutral, and then also Beauty Bakerie's Instabake 3-in-1 Concealer in the shade 12 Jamsterdam. For some reason, I have been enjoying the crap out of combining these two. There's something about these two formulas. First of all, the Beauty Bakerie one is just really great for canceling out those dark tones, but then and it's also like one of those formulas where it stays on for a really long time, but it's a little bit more of a drier formula. So when I mix it with the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, which is quite a bit more hydrating, quite a bit more brightening as well, just because the shade is so bright, I get like this awesome concealer cocktail, and it's just, yeah, it's been really, really good. Stays on all day, brightens up my eyes, not my eyes, brightens up my under eyes. Also with a sponge, particularly with this Miss A sponge, it is so easy to blend out. Literally blends like a dream. Okay, and then before I powder anything down, I am gonna do a little bit of cream bronzer today, just because it is the summer. I don't mind doubling up on that. And my favorite one lately has been, this is from Nars. This is their Sunkissed bronzing cream, and I have this in the shade Laguna. They actually came out with these last year, and there was really, I think, only one shade. I think it was just this one, and it was a limited edition like collection, which really pissed me off because I was like, it's so good. First of all, it smells like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like a summery, coconutty SPF body lotion that just, it's delicious. But the best part about this is that it blends out super, super easily, and it's just really, really easy to use. And yeah, I honestly am so glad that they brought it back again this year, and they actually expanded their shade range. So if you are lighter or darker, you'll be able to find one that will work with your skin tone. But this has honestly been one of my favorite bronzing creams. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my beauty sponge and blend that out. And you can just see it, it blends so nicely into the skin, so easy. Like, minimal effort. Honestly, this is, like, I'm looking at the mirror and in the monitor, and I just love how everything looks. Man, when you get to use a full face of your Holy Grail products that you'll buy over and over and over again, it's like dreams just come true, you know? I don't know what to tell you. All right, so let's move on to powder. I was gonna originally talk about the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Powder, which is still one of my favorites for setting underneath the eyes. But I want to talk about a new discovery. New-ish. It's not really a new discovery anymore because you can see that I've already actually hit pan on this. But this is my new favorite under eye setting powder. So this is from Colourpop. This is their Pretty Fresh Pressed Face Powder, and I have this in the shade Light 6. This powder has some sort of, I swear, like some sort of magical properties in it, because the way that it looks underneath your eye, it literally smooths out everything and just makes it look totally like flawless and perfect, but not powdery. And so I've just been really, really enjoying this powder. I use it, I do have another color or another shade for my all over powder as well, but for under eye purposes, I just think it does such a great job of smoothing everything out. It literally makes it look like you don't have pores, which, like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm good with that, right? And it locks everything in place. I really, really like it. For all over the face, I'm going to talk about a different powder actually for this, because I do tend to like using translucent powders on my face, particularly when I've already done like cream bronzer. I just don't want to use like a colored or a tinted face powder because then it ends up covering up some of the work that I've already put down, right? So this is the Kimchi Chic Puff Puff Pass Set and Bake Powder. In case you guys didn't know, by the way, Kimchi Chic is now available, I believe, at CVS, which makes it quite a bit more accessible. Definitely one of my favorite powders of the moment, and you also get so much product at not an insane price. So really, really like this one. This one is definitely more of a mattifying powder, so I do tend to only use a little bit of it, particularly in the summer. So I'll just kind of add it where I'm going to be adding a couple other complexion products just so that nothing grabs too much, and I can make sure that, like, as I layer on powder bronzer and powder blush, everything just blends in really, really smoothly. For bronzer, again, going in with the Butter Bronzer Sunkissed bronzer, and I'm using my Vive powder brush. You can see how much I love this bronzer. Like, you know, need to get a new one. And I'm just gonna place this pretty high up on my cheekbones to really give myself a nice bronzy tone. That has also been a technique that I have been doing lately. I used to put bronzer really low on my face, like underneath my cheekbones, to kind of act more as like a contouring type concept, I guess, if you will, but I've pretty much stopped doing that, and I've started just placing my bronzer pretty high to just kind of lift my face. It still gives my face a bunch of definition, so I don't have like pumpkin face, you know, but it just makes it so that like everything's not sagging down. It just looks quite a bit more lifted. And then I am just gonna bronze up my forehead a little bit. My hair is getting in the way. And I am gonna just take this down the side of my nose as well, just to give my nose a tiny little bit of definition, because for those of us that don't have, you know, really strong noses, you need a little bit of help. Moving on to blush. You can probably also guess which blush I'm going to be using. This is the Vive Pesca Sunset Blush. So last week I reviewed Milani's Peach collection, and I was kind of upset with their peach blushes because I just thought that they weren't like orange, like true peach tinted orangey kind of blushes. And I think the reason why I had such high expectations is because of this blush, because this is a true, like truly a peach blush, which I really, really like. And so if you are looking for a peachy blush that is actually going to lean more orange toned versus being that pink tone that the Milani blushes gave me, I would highly recommend checking out the Pesca blush from Vive. Oh, right? Like, it just, oh, it looks so good. And then moving on to, there's a lot of Vive products in here, I'll be totally honest with you guys. Just the makeup line is really good. So a lot of them have made their way into my Holy Grail pile. I was gonna say party. I guess it could be kind of a party, but my Holy Grail pile. And so this is the Vive Skin Dew. And the reason why I love this liquid highlight is that I can use this on top of powder and it still blends in beautifully. So I'm gonna just go ahead and place this on the high points on my face, right where I would want highlight, a little bit on my nose, tiny bit on my forehead, just on my lip a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take that sponge again and blend that right in. And you can actually use your fingers for this too, but for me I tend to just, I lean more towards using sponges versus fingers. I just think that it generally gives me the effect that I am looking for, but you can see how this just blends in so nicely onto the skin, right? Like, oh, you can definitely blend this out and make it look very, very natural. But for me, you know, I'm like, no, I need all of the highlight and all of the glow in the world. All of the other liquid highlights or cream highlights on the market, they just don't have the same oomph available in them. Like, you just can't build it up to give you this gorgeous shine, except for this one. And it's like a gel finish, so it just blends into everything beautifully. It doesn't stick to your makeup and pull anything up. It's just, it's a phenomenal product. I honestly cannot get enough of it. Let's go ahead and do my mascara. So I have the Dior Show Maximizer 3D for primer, and then the YSL Lash Clash mascara. This is also a huge favorite. I also used this exclusively in Switzerland. I did layer a waterproof mascara over it. That would be the Tom Ford Emotionless mascara, but oh, if you want like big volumized lashes, this is my go-to. My favorite lower lash mascara is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. These three were what I brought with me to Switzerland, and they made me so happy every day. So all right, gonna go ahead and apply this. And then to just set my brows, I am gonna use the Milani Clear Brow Gel. Another one of my favorites. I actually do need to get a new one because it is a little bit goopy now, but I love this brow gel. If you are looking for a brow gel from the drugstore that is literally going to hold your brows in place all day long, this is a must-have. It's just, it's so nice, and it smooths into your brows so easy. It doesn't disturb any of the pencil that you lay down, which is super nice, but it gives you that laminated effect. I do have my brows laminated, but it does give you that like lamination effect without really too much effort at all. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Air Blush Flawless Setting Spray. I don't know why I tripped over that, but this is one of my favorite setting sprays. I am almost out of it, so I need to repurchase it. While that sets my makeup down, we are going to go ahead and do lips now. So again, going back to kind of like that whole peachy summery vibes, I am going to do a lighter pinker shade today. So this is, again, from Vive. This is their Modern Lip Definer in the shade Peached. So I'll give you guys a quick swatcheroo of that. And then we are going to use the Pinched Lipstick, also from Vive as well, to really just amp up, again, those peach tones. Usually in all of the other months, like summer is the only time I really tend to play with color on my lips, because usually when it starts getting into like the fall time, I usually will just go straight for a nude lip, and that pretty much lasts me all the way through spring. So yeah, again, summer is really the only time I reach for more pinky shades. I guess in the fall I'll also do like more of a vampy shade sometimes too, so like something that's a little bit more like purple, like deep purple. I'm a huge fan of that. All right, and that is the final makeup look. I'm going to go do my hair properly and then change my shirt into what I will be wearing at the party, put on all my jewelry, and I will be right back. All right, folks, that is the final look. I curled my hair, drank more coffee, which is a huge part of feeling more awake. And so yeah, every single product that I have talked about in this video is products that are products, I guess that would be the correct grammar here, are products that I stand by completely. These are ones that I was gonna say, if you could only buy one item from every single category, this is what I would buy. I absolutely love everything here. Hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. By the way, I'm trying to figure out if like I want to get into some other kinds of tutorials, because I don't know, is the hair something that you guys are interested in seeing how I do? Because this is my favorite go-to summertime hairstyle, because I just think it's nice because it looks very relaxed, but it is still a little bit more like, ooh, than just having straight hair. So let me know if that's something you are interested in seeing in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and that it was helpful. If you liked it, please feel free to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. There is a bird that likes to fly into our barbecue, because our barbecue is like that chrome, like shiny finish, right? And so if you can hear the clanking, that's what that bird is. I will be right back because I'm gonna tell it to just go away.
It doesn't fly into the barbecue.
It like pecks it.
Yeah, but that's not flying into
Whatever.
it. Like, dong. Like repeatedly flying into it.
But no, but he is flying into it. Dude, come up. Come up.
No. It's not flying into it.
Yes, he is. Okay, so you know how there's that side panel that comes out?
Yeah?
He's flying up into it.
Flying up?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I've watched him multiple times this week. I'm not even kidding.
What a psychopath.
I know.